Well, it's happened again. Another amazing lore-friendly car with loads of tuning parts. It's this. This is the lore-friendly version of the Audi TT, or as this is called, the Obey DD-Blitz. This is so cool. I love how they've got the rear end from the other Obey cars, like the one that Michael drives, and it fits in absolutely perfect into the back of this. This is exactly the sort of thing that I imagine Rockstar would have designed it almost exactly the same as this, I feel. They've done a fantastic job with this car. It looks absolutely amazing. This is one of those cars that I would actually rally to have inside a GTA because I think it just fits in so well with the environment. Right, let's find somewhere a little quiet, which is probably going to be quite a hard task. I think we're going to have to fly our way over. Let's just go down here for a change. So first of all, let's just have a look under the bonnet and under the boot. So here's the boot. Very nice. Then we have the engine bay, which is all nice and sort of 3D-esque, and has even got the Obey badge on it, which is a nice touch. We've got this sort of cone filter as well coming out of the intake. It does almost look like it's been tuned up slightly. You wouldn't imagine that on a stock car, would you? Either way, there we have that. And then on the interior, what is very nice to add is that we actually have a dashboard that looks like something from an Audi TT. This does look like an Audi TT interior. I don't know if this is just ripped out of a TT mod and put in or something like that, but the whole style and everything matches perfectly. We've also got the Obey badging on the wheel, got our dials and everything here, and this one looks to be manual transmission. Do we have 3 pedals? Yes, we do. Right, let's go ahead and close this down because we do have mods to check out. Quite a few, in fact. There's quite a nice long list of potential parts there. In fact, a lot of potential parts. This is... oh, let's just get into this. Right, I don't even know where to start, so I'm going to start with the big stuff. We have 19 spoilers. This is insane. So we have the small lip spoiler. We have the Omnis. I really, I want to enjoy each of these, but at the same time, there's a lot to get through, so I might start rushing. But we have the Omnis edition. We have the carbon version of that. We have the color-coded version of that, which actually I do like. I do like how that one looks. Then we have the Sport spoiler. They all look very nice and fitting. The large, the Obey Sport spoiler. We have the facelift edition. We have the 3F. That actually worryingly fits it quite nicely. Then we have the race spoiler. We have Stolen from a Comet, which is a fantastically honest name, I'll be honest. But there is a Comet spoiler for it if you wanted that. There's a tuner spoiler with the waviest looking spoiler blade I've ever seen. We have the garage spoiler. I mean, this is a rear mounted one, always a winner. We have the rabbit missile. We have the rally spoiler. That's big. We have the hill climb spoiler. This is every single type of spoiler that you could want is on this. This is the level of tuning we need. I love it. Then we have the drag racing wing, of course. And then we have a large duck spoiler that's kind of weird. It's like a ring on a planet. It's got like a gap there. That one's a little off to me. I actually really like the color-coded Omnis Edition spoiler. Nice, simple, tasteful, good. Then onto the front bumper. By the way, I got really excited and now I'm starting to lose my voice and realizing I should probably tone it down a little bit. So this is the front bumper selection. We have fog lights. We have the facelift edition. How does that change? It adds a little bit more. Then we have the Omnis edition. We have the smiley face. Oh, isn't that cute? It's a little smiley face. We have the laugh out loud, just the larger one. We have the 3F again. Then we have the Rabbit Missile. We have the Rabbit Missile Extreme Edition. Now, I imagine these are going to be tied with other versions. So I imagine we're going to have some fenders and stuff to actually get a full look on the kit with that one. And then we also have a trophy bumper. Wow, okay. So actually there are 4 different pre-made versions that come with this that you can be spawned in with menus mod, and I'm going to spawn those in after we've looked through all the parts. So we'll get an idea. We'll make our own build and then I'll show you some of the different combinations as well. So for this front bumper, I actually really like the Omnis Edition one, but that seems to be the way we're going, especially with that blade. Seems to be going in the way of the Omnis Edition. But I also do like that 3F look. So I'm actually, okay, I'm going to go for the 3F. On the rear bumper, we have the options of the single exhaust. We have the Omnis Edition with the grille down the bottom. We have the smooth bumper. I do want to make a sort of stanced out Euro version. It's just come in my head, but I think that's a good idea. We have the Omnis Edition. We have the smooth bumper again with the twins. We have the laugh out loud. We have the 3F. Not too sure on that one. We have the race bumper. We have race bumper delete. We have the vented rear bumper. We have the full smooth, or we have the trophy bumper. I love this. I love the detail. The love and detail that has gone into this is absolutely incredible. I'm a huge fan. I actually like the Omnis. This is quite weird. I end up liking all these Omnis Edition ones. How does it compare to the... Okay, that is actually just stock. That's weird how that happens, isn't it? Normally I end up liking the stock versions. Should we just go for the single exhaust one? We'll go for the single exhaust one, why not? On the side skirts we have the stock, we have the Omnis Edition, which really just sort of pulls it out just slightly. Then we have the Rabbit Missile version and the mud flaps. I'm just going to go for the Omnis Edition. On the exhausts we have 19 options here. We have the stock, we have the extended, we have the carbon tipped, we have the extended carbon, we have the titanium, we have extended titanium. We have downswept, we have extended downswept, we have potato cannon, if you wanted that. We have the extended potato cannon, we have the extended dual stock exhausts. Obviously that's not really going to work with this bumper design, but we have the dual versions of all of those as well, apparently, right there. So, I think for this one, I don't know, maybe just a nice, clean, extended stock exhaust. On the chassis, we have the simple roll cage options. A very bendy looking cage for this one. Then we have the street setup. How is this going to change each time? Okay, that just adds another bar at the top. Then we have another reinforced one. Okay, that's just going to add that bar at the back. Then we have the race regulation setup, which adds that full bracing on the roof. And then we have the complete race setup with everything. Now, this isn't going to be a race car. I was really just thinking maybe like a simple roll cage, or not even that. We'll perhaps make it black. Then on the grille, we have the Omnis Edition grille. Okay, then we have that with the chrome trim. We have the grille delete. We have the reduced grille. Oh, that completely changes it. Okay, then we also have that with the Omnis grille and the reduced. Okay, actually, I'm going to change things around here. I'm going to go for the Omnis reduced grille. And then I'm going to see if we have a better option on the front bumper here. I actually quite like the facelift one. I'm going to do it like that because it makes it look a bit more modern. Then on the hood, we have the options to just remove it. We have the vented, which has got some vents on the side there. We have the simple vented hood, which is just on the one side. We have the stage lights for a full rally look. And then we have some combinations with those vented things right there. I might just go for that simple vented on one side. But actually, that's not really part of the look, is it really? I'm just going to go with the stock. Right, fenders. This is going to be interesting. So we have the wide body kit for the rear, which just makes massive arches. Oh, it does as well on the front as well. Okay. We also have the bolt-on version, which just adds it to make it look like it's been bolted on. We have the Rabbit Missile. Okay, I think some stancing is in order. And then we also have the trophy body for a trophy-style look. Right, now these are all just way too crazy for what I had in mind, I will be honest. So I'm actually going to make it as if I had, as if I was someone living in the GTA universe. I didn't have unlimited money, but I'd saved up my money. I bought this wonderful Omnis Obey DD-Blitz, and I wanted to do a few tuning parts. That's going to be the style I'm going for, I think. So then on the rear, we have full-on race diffusers. I mean, I will do a crazy build, don't worry. And we also have the drag chute as well, with a bunch of different diffusers, as you can see there. And then that. Now, that's not really going to go with this build. We do have a lot of options for roof stuff as well. So we have roof scoops in primary, secondary colors, carbon. We have some vortex generators. I think I'll go for some of those. We can have those in different versions as well. We also have the combination of that with the vortexes. We have the sports bag, if you want that, or in carbon. We also just have basic roof racks. We have LED lamps. We have adventure roof racks, which has also got some nice color-coded jerry can as well, which is pretty cool. And then we have a combination of that with the LED light. What I love about this and what I hate about this. What I love is that there is a great amount of parts. What I hate about this is that I know I'm not going to do every single build in a video, and I'm sure people are going to be wanting to see it in different ways, and I can only apologize because there's definitely a lot of really cool looks we can get with this one. It's kind of overwhelming. I'm just going to go for the vortex generators for this one. Right, now we go back to Benny's original motorworks because we have so much more. So we have the options of the plates. We can actually get rid of the plate. Or we can have a selection of German, we have Russian, we have UK plates, or we have Japanese plates. Now obviously these don't fit exactly because you're supposed to put in very specific numbers and letters to get it matching up. So in this case, I'm actually just going to keep it stock. Okay, wow, there's so much. Okay, so we have oil coolers, we have modern fog lights, we have retro fog lights, we have covered lights, we have modern lights, retro lights, covered lights in different combinations, all of these different, wow, okay, any combination you can imagine, you can have it. That is the choice that I love. Again, not for this particular build, but we will be building something special. Then we also have the sunstrip, primary, secondary colour. Don't really notice the difference. They're both orange for now. I'll go for a sunstrip. In fact, I'll go for a sunstrip in secondary. Then we have some vent options on the side. Whoa, okay. Was not expecting that. We also have secondary colour roof, and we also have a combination of that with the side vents as well. Not really what I wanted to do with this particular build again. This seems to be a mostly sort of like an OEM plus look, I think. But I will be slamming this one. Just remember that one. So also we have the options of adding in a subwoofer into the back. Actually, these are just going to be like rear mounted subs that would obviously use the boot as an enclosure. Then we also have the race regulation setup, which actually completely strips out the floor, adds a fire extinguisher in, and all of this sort of stuff. Also got like a drift handbrake and everything. That's actually not that bad. I might go for that. We also have that one with a hub, it says. Oh, it just sort of gets rid of the hub. Oh, I see. It gets rid of that and just adds the wheel hub. I see. Well, actually, that's a bit too far. We'll just go for that. Then we also have some options. Look at this. This is insane. Pod-mounted tacos, cluster-mounted tacos, which are there. He's sort of hiding away there. We have pod-mounted glove box gauges as well. Okay, well, that name might be wrong. Then we also have this one in some different styles, as you can see right there. I'm just going to go for that one. Then on the doors, we can have the options of some lightweight door cards to go with the rest of our interior. We also have carbon door cards. Ooh, or aluminium. I'm going to go for some carbon right there. This is sort of ended up being like a race car, but it's like a sort of street showy sort of car. That's really the look I'm going for, to be honest. I've slightly tweaked that criteria that I had at the start, I will be honest. So we also have some seats. So we have our, ooh, I might be going for these. We have the stock, we have the high end, we have the painted, we have, these are just going to have some different backs on them, I imagine. Yes, and some different seatbelt combinations. That seems to be the way we're going with this one. I am just going to go with the high-end seats. Job done. Steering wheels, full steering wheel options. Oh, that's actually made it nice and modern looking. I'm going to go for... interesting. I'm just going to go for the aftermarket style one. There we go. We also have some more dials and stuff. Okay, that's going to be on that side. I'm going to put those... Where's the tuner dials? Where did they go? Ah, I see. They added them over there, which obviously doesn't work because we've got that bar there. I'm just going to go for the lowered dash dials right there. Then on the plaques, this is going to be a perforated bumper grille. Oh, okay. Right, okay. Or we can just delete the grille entirely. I'm just going to go for the perforated. That's fine. Ice. Oh, louvers. Rear louvers. This is ridiculous amount of stuff. We have wide louvers. We have... What? This is mad. Absolutely mad. Then we also have a rear engine scoop, which is crazy because the engine is in the front, so I don't know entirely what that's for. Does it add a rear engine? Can we have the option to add a rear engine, or does it just make it look like it does? We also have color-coded trims on the back here. Carbon trim or red tail trims. Can't really see where the red is, but that doesn't look too bad anyway, so we'll go for that. Okay, I've just seen on this one that we can have the option of a dual engine. Right, so we have the sound system, we have... Oh, okay, it's working. So we have the race regulation setup. We have that with a stripped trunk. We have the rear engine as well for a dual engine. We can make that a... Oof! Okay, we have a twin turbo setup. And then we also have this, which I believe must also change it on the front as well. It does. Okay, actually, no, it doesn't. That just always looked that way. Okay, maybe I'm just going crazy. Right, but it does add this in the rear. That does look absolutely insane. I'm actually going to go for the laughing out loud on the rear and then just go for a different set. Where's the exhaust? There we go. We'll just get the extended dual right there. There we go. Okay, well, this has turned into a crazy dual engine thing, but also kind of sleepery, not too crazy. Okay, actually, we do have options to change the front engine as well. I can't get over how much stuff is here. It is genuinely overwhelming. This is absolutely incredible. I really hope you guys haven't switched off at this point. The people who switched off, they're missing out. Seriously. Right, so on the front engine, we can have the basic turbo setup. We can have the turbo with the centrifugal intake. We can have that with the fan intercooler. That must be sort of hidden down there. Of course, if we got rid of our grill and changed it, actually, we could probably... Oh, no, we can see because we changed the thing, didn't we? That's amazing. We also have this one, the twin turbo setup right here. We have that with the centrifugal intakes. We have that with the fan intercooler. And then we also have a snorkel version as well. Right, I'm going to go for that one. This is insane. I think this is potentially the first time we've ever had a dual engine one. I know we've had one with a Mini with an engine in the rear, but I don't think that was a dual engine one. This is insane. We also have boost upgrades. I don't think this works in single player. I'm not entirely sure. We also have a bunch of strut braces as well. I'm just going to go ahead and pick the billet one. Then we have the arch covers. We have European reverse lights on the rear. I think we're going to have to shut all of our boot lid and stuff down now. I'm still trying to get over just how much stuff is in this that my excitement has killed my voice. I've tried to hide it, but tried to calm down. Okay, so we have the European reverse lights. Ah, it gets rid of them. Oh, okay. And then we also have the full... Actually, I quite like that full white setup. That's quite nice, but I also like the full red setup. I think for this one, I'm actually going to go for that one, as it's quite an interesting look. Then we have the color-coded headlights. So much stuff to go through. That's horrible. Then we have that one. We have some halos. We have the facelift halos. We have the color-coded. We have the racing headlights. And then we also have the rally headlights. I think for this one, actually, to be quite honest with you, stock looked fine. On the trim, we have, well, what is it? Ah, it's the badges at the rear. So we can delete the badge, or we can have it say Omnis Edition, as you can see there. Or we can have the 3F badge. We can have the Blitz badge. We can have the Blitz in retro style, or we can have just the insignia in the middle. I'm just going to go for just the insignia. I want to make this a little bit of a sleeper. Then we also have some options for a splitter. Okay, look at that. So we have this different options. Let's just run through these pretty quickly because we have spent way too much time on this. I imagine, yeah, those wide body ones definitely to match with the wide arches. And then we have those ones right there. Like that. Okay, for this one, I'm actually just going to go for something not crazy, but something like that. That looks great. On the doors, we also have the options of changing mirrors, secondary color, carbon, street. Actually, I really like these street ones, not perhaps these Omnis style ones. Or we can just get rid of them. I'm actually going to go for those street mirrors. I think they do look nice. And then we have some liveries as well. We have a German flag. Not so sure about that one. We have the, okay, let me just try and read this. The Jagdgeschwader 2 Nummer 4. Well, it's supposed to look like some sort of old German military plane. We also have the Allgemeiner Rennsport, oh god, German numbers, 135, I think that's how you say 125. But then we have this livery, which also has the Gran Turismo-esque style, but obviously the Lore Friendly version, the Grand Touring one. We also have Obey Racing. We have the Dusha style one. We have the Ripperoo. And then we have the Makai. Just says Makai with a bunch of Japanese stuff. What we got here? The Makai. Okay, it just says Makai. Okay. And Low Life Republic and all that sort of stuff. Now, that's not really going to suit this build. I just want to make this look like a sleeper. So this car actually does come with some extras. So it has the stock high-end, it has the center painted versions, It has the full painted versions, and it also has these 3F wheels as well, which is really interesting because normally we don't have mods that add these extra things. This one's actually for another wheel, so we'll ignore that one. But we could have these wheels if we wanted, so actually I might go for these in center painted, and we'll just make them black. Although black's actually that's a bit terrible. That looks kind of gross. Yeah, okay, ignore that. We'll just go for those in full painted. There we go, that's a bit better. And as much as I like the orange, I'm going to go ahead and try to make it not stand out as much by making it just a really basic color, something just like dark steel. And then the secondary color, I wanted to just make this like a matte gray. And look at that, it's really unsuspecting. It's got a nice color flip with the orange indicators. I do love those on cars. With those lights on the rear. Well, there we go. Now we could actually make this a little stancy. I might actually make these wheels a bit smaller because they are pretty big wheels. And then we can just drop that a little bit. Well, there we go. I think that's definitely a much nicer wheel scale. We get like a tiny amount of cameras if it's just been, you know, lowered a little bit, but it's nothing crazy. And there we have our awesome dual engine, might I add, car. Now, I should probably at this point go ahead and we should probably actually make everything faster. Brakes, engine, transmission, suspension we can add as well. We can't really see the drop now because I've changed everything. Turbo. There's also an extra 10 as well, which is actually just a thing here. Just a bit hanging from the mirror. We'll get rid of that. And then we'll just sort of increase this by 25. Torque by 8. There we go. And I'll just stick a few more numbers on the end of that one. And this should now be a dual engine, really fast. Yeah, there we go. Really fast, well, sort of fast car. Pretty fast. Sounds great. Doesn't sound like a dual engine car though, but it does sound great. Okay, the brakes are terrible. And there we are. So that was my nice, simple style sleeper wolf in sheep's clothing style build, but it does come with some builds as well with that can be spawned in with menus mods. So let's just have a quick look at these. So let's just go in, say vehicles. Let's just go down here and we go to the DD3F package, spawn that in. So that is what this one looks like. So this has got all the different parts for the 3F package. It's got those wheels on it as well with that style spoiler in yellow. Pretty simple. Then we have the facelift version. Ah, that makes it look a bit more modern. It's got sort of all the clear lights. I have actually used those facelifted rear lights, it seems, on the rear. Yeah, that's looking pretty special. Then we have the Omnis edition. Oh, that looks nice. That is good. That's kind of similar to the build I've done, actually. Quite similar. And then we also have the sport version here. Right, now this does also say that we have no wide body version to spawn in, which means I'm going to quickly try and build a really insane wide body stanced out build. There's loads more different styles I can go for, but I've picked that one. Let's just do this build. Let's just get this over and done with. We've already been here for way too long. Let's see what I can do. Okay, well, I've spent quite a few minutes now trying to combine all of the parts together, and I decided to go for the Rocket Bunny-esque style. I went for the Rocket Bunny on the spoiler, all the arches, the skirts, everything else. And yeah, this is how it's turned out. I've used V-Stancer, I've made these wheels super wide, I've made them bigger than they should be, and obviously I have cambered them out a bit. I've sort of cambered out a bit more on the rear than I have on the front, made them flush, and also gone for these big pokey out exhausts there. I didn't really do much on the interior. I just sort of left it because, to be honest, you don't really see most of this stuff. That is the main thing. I mean, I like having all this stuff for the interior bits, but after the first time you just go, yeah, okay, whatever. In online mode, it's like, yeah, sure, it's like your one-time car. When you're building like these multiple times, yeah, you just don't bother after the first time. But there is the crazy difference. Let's just try and actually line these up in the sun here. The crazy difference between these two cars right here. This thing is slammed to the ground, absolutely insane looking, and at the same time we've got this really awesome looking, fast wolf in sheep's clothing that also looks absolutely amazing in my opinion. And there we have our two different cars. There's many other ways this car could have gone. There was like rally builds and all this sort of stuff, but this is what we got. I think this is absolutely amazing. I love this mod a lot. Absolutely, I don't know. This is just great. My voice is gone at this point. So let's just enjoy this. If you have watched the entirety of this video, I mean, this recording is 38 minutes long, so I'm not looking forward to editing this one. But if you have watched all the way to the end of this video, you can say, what does this say over here? Refrigerated. There we go. There's word of the day. If you have got all the way to the end of this video, you can say refrigerated in the comment section below. That's just for if you watch the whole thing. It's just to let me know that you have watched the entirety of the video. But there we go. There are my own 2 builds from this thing. I'll put a link in the description below. As I do with all of these things, you can go ahead and check this out and build your own. In fact, if you build your own, tweet me at Figure8. You can tweet me your pictures. Or you can tag me on Instagram, _Figure8 on Instagram. But there we are. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.